Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a long day. You're tired, we're tired. There's much more E3 to come. But before we wrap up today's events, we're going to talk about a game that I played yesterday, that you played yesterday, that Michael Huber is very excited about.
I didn't
we
get to
have
play.
some lovely games. Well, I'm sorry?
I didn't get to play it.
I know.
Right.
Only all of us can get to play every single game that's available at E3 2018. But we have, I got to play the game, but when you got to play it, we captured some delicious gameplay.
Yes.
So you're going to see some raw Brad Ellis ownage.
Right.
Hopefully.
This is my first time playing
I
it.
want performance. I want performance,
Yeah, I want
Brad.
some
This
kills,
round.
man.
No excuses.
Dude,
No, this isn't your first round.
Okay.
Brad, we've been playing Battlefield for over a decade. I better see some kills.
I got so many kills, but the recordings got messed up, dude. I got dynamite kills, man.
Yeah, so
Battlefield 5.
a couple of things I want to get out of the way. One, Damiani, can you in the background move, let's try to at least get Forza moved over to the computer and see if we can get that after Battlefield?
Yeah, I can try that.
Okay, yeah, because my footage is going to take too long. It's not playing directly off the drive cleanly, so we have to wait on most of my junk.
Just give me a cue when to start playing.
Technical woes. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk
yeah,
Battlefield.
with Brad's stuff, yeah, you can go ahead and start playing.
Okay.
Start, Brad. Well, you're much more passionate about this franchise, and I think you had much more eagle eye going into this game. So I'm curious. I want to hear your experiences with Battlefield 5.
So, I've played many of the Battlefields throughout my life with Michael Huber, especially. What set this one apart for me the most is the thing that's continuing to evolve over the series is the destruction of the environment. So I was shaking my head at that guy because he's wasting his time doing nothing. Here's when I get into the big boy, though, dude. I was like, all right, let's go, man.
Yes.
And I was like, how do I drive through? But yeah, as you can see, the environments are way more ramped up. Like, snow is a big element. I only got to play one, area, I guess, but two different maps of it, so there's all the snow thing. The snow takes a big effect in it. There's parts where there's snowstorms going on where I couldn't see in narrow hallways and stuff like that. Oh yeah, this one I got the girl in there.
Oh yeah, this is the earlier one. Yeah, so we'll jump on to the
I'm
other
gonna get some
clip too.
kills, Huber. I'm max assist right now.
Driver
dude.
assist.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh man.
Wheelman.
Oh yeah. This is you and me. This is
Yeah.
what we do when we play Battlefield.
Oh, I
We
just
got
can't
ran
wait.
over a few guys right there. Boom, boom.
Yes.
A few kills.
The simple pleasure of just getting in a Jeep with your best friend and driving through like a madman and getting out and just shooting away.
Yeah. So, but yeah, as you can see, the snow is a huge thing about this kind of thing. The other ones, you're kind of in the desert a lot. There's not so much going on, but the snow actually plays a huge factor. Do we have some of the destructibility I hope we have later on, the houses and stuff like that? Seeing stuff blow up in this game is one of the greatest things ever.
Oh, you're gonna run over these trees at least.
Yeah, I was I was trying to get that guy, dude. It was so
But one of the things, Brad, that I really dug about destructibility, because the way they show it in the trailers, you're always right up next to it. They always show you're in the house, a tank is crushing through you, or you think you are putting a hard surface between you and this tank.
Yeah.
But the tank can just roll right through it. But to me, two moments that really struck me when it came to the destructibility of the environment was one time when I came upon a house that clearly was halved. Where I was not there when it happened, but clearly something or someone went through half of this house and just shaved it, and the lights were still on, and I could still just hop up on things and climb up onto the second floor.
Yeah.
So it was neat, discovering a destructed environment.
Yeah. Sorry, skip ahead,
Sure.
Dominic. I can't get up this hill, dude. I remember this.
It's
Actually, if you jump over to the other clip real quick, that one will probably have some better stuff.
The other thing that's really impressive too is seeing destruction from a distance. Seeing just a row of houses on the horizon and seeing just one of them, minuscule, just a speck, just collapse.
Yeah, you see a plane crash or something like that. Oh my god, it looks so
It's
good.
just crazy going from, thinking back to Levolution, Battlefield 3 and 4, and that big building coming down,
Yeah.
and that was the marquee destruction.
Yeah.
And now that stuff is just across the board, dynamically, destroy anything.
Well, it's because a lot of the stuff is there's no skyscrapers really yet. You remember in what was it, 3 that had the China map with the
yeah,
skyscraper came down?
exactly, yes.
It's all more smaller houses, so they have much more flexibility to go with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's just this one vivid point I remember playing this.
There's the
Oh yeah,
building
here's
stuff.
building. I was trying to figure out what is going on when I was doing this.
Yeah, the trigger was interesting. I
Yeah.
pressed every button before I pressed the trigger. I was like, oh yeah, of course, I'm using the thing in my hands.
Yeah, you could put up sandbags and stuff like that to kind of blocks from people getting in, make it harder for the enemy to get around, stuff like that. But yeah, destructibility, like the snow physics, Jones.
Yeah.
Like there's snow on top of the house, and I was running like through like a neighborhood, and just some shockwave comes, and all the snow like falls off. So like realistic. It looked like real life. I was like, wow.
And just the snowfall in general. It's just hard. It messes with visibility depending on how hard it's falling.
Yeah.
It's not just a real simple white dot shaking back and forth. Like there's flurries, there's wind gusts. So much detail. I mean, this I am not good at these games. I'm glad this is your gameplay and not mine. I know you wish we would have gotten to the real hot.
Damn, I
hot
died on my
moments.
kills.
But you didn't want to see me, play at this game. But did you ever get in a plane?
No, I didn't get a plane. You gotta tell me about the plane.
I mean, it was kind of the same thing as Battlefront, where
Backshot.
you just when you reload back into the map, I saw like the little gear icon, and then I could jump in, and it was just really fun. Swooping back around, and then with all of the chaos going on the ground, seeing that big boy. I don't know if we were in the same type of plane because I couldn't. I guess you could probably do that and go into third person, but it looked like I was in a smaller plane than the plane I was going up against. I don't know if it was a bomber or just more of a heavy duty. Maybe more passengers can be in the plane.
Yeah.
But just so fun, facing off against that guy.
Yeah.
And I think the match ended while I was in the plane, so I didn't get shot down.
Jump forward about 4 minutes, Damiani.
So yeah, you could spawn your squads like always, kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
It puts you in one. They said now automatically, I think like that.
Yeah.
But you can either spawn with your squad if you want, or you can spawn wherever you want on the map also if you want to go lone wolf style.
When the whole squad was destroyed there, you could easily just spawn on a control point, it looked like, right?
Yeah, but you don't spawn right on it.
Okay.
You spawn a little further away from it.
Watch
Yeah.
this guy, his little camper up here.
This guy, waiting for me, and I still got him.
Nice.
Did you, they've been hyping up the lack of ammunition this time around.
I did
Brad.
run out of,
Did you feel the pressure
I
of
felt
ammo?
it way more in this game than I did other times. So what's great about this is there's also little caches you can go to, or stashes with health and ammunition. So it's kind of strategic to hang around these a lot of times. There's one point I was defending a point, and I was running out of ammo, but there was a cache kind of nearby, so I'd run back and forth between them all the time. So having someone with a heavy with the support ammo was way more valuable, it felt like, than it's ever been, which is great. I know you're a
I
big fan
thought
of
you
that.
were throwing ammo to a lot of guys.
Yeah, throwing ammo. And that's the great thing about Battlefield is giving people health and ammunition is super important in this game. It's not just kills that matter. Of course kills matter, but it's also really important to do that kind of stuff. Look at this stuff. I knifed this guy twice and it didn't do the animation.
Yeah,
I got
what the
shot. I was like, what the hell
I was
happened?
so ready for that, dude.
And
I was like, oh, you got this guy.
That is one of my questions for franchise veterans is the item acquisition. Is that a new thing? Because it seemed like items were dropping from fallen enemies, or you could throw items to other people.
Throwing, you could always throw items.
There was just a lot of stuff on the ground when I was running by. I was like, oh, I just spawned. I don't need health, but it's cool that it's right there.
They said you could get ammo from fallen enemies. That's a way to kind of resupply on the go.
Because it is
Cool.
you see, I have 62 bullets there instead of games where you have 300 or something.
Yeah.
And what was it Grand Conquest or the Grand Campaign or something?
Operations.
Grand Operations.
Yeah.
So this is a new mode that's coming to Battlefield, and I would be lying if I said I knew exactly what I was doing at all times when I was playing this, because there's so many moving parts. There's emplacements that you can go build. There's these walls that you can build to secure yourself. You're constantly being pushed back. So when I would die, I'd reload, and when my squad got annihilated, I would jump back in, and it's you gotta you have to respawn at this point now. They showcased before we got in. We had the theater demo that. When you have some of these big, heavy-duty artillery things, they're going to, shoot emplacements from afar, are going to take out planes that are flying by. Those can't move on their own, and they're not just going to spawn. You can't build those. You have to get in a car, hook it onto it, then drive it someplace else. And so it's neat to not only see an emphasis on teamwork, but there's so many different things that you can see teams doing. So even if you're not teaming up with someone to do this, if you just come over a hill and you see two people doing it, well, I'm just going to either stay with them for cover, or I'm going to stay with them and support them. Even when the match was over, I was like, "Did we win? What? I don't even know what's happening here."
I was super
There's
confused.
so many.
The timer going at the top, it would count down. Then I think we saw parts counting up. And we were
Yeah,
just
it was
what's going
based
on?
on the day or something. It would change between counting down or counting up.
There's
so
some dynamite kills. There you go.
There we go. Boom, double kill.
Heck yeah.
Got him.
But just
it.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
And
the snow looks great.
everything
man.
we've seen was at night. I think we started in the morning. Everything we've seen so far, the gameplay we've been watching right now in this
the
session.
other clips got botched, but it was alternating. It was there was a night, and there was a day, and there was a night, and there was a day.
Yeah. And the grand thing goes by day. So even when you finish just one session, it'll move into day two. I think we only did 2 days. I don't know if that's the max, or we just won it in 2 days, or
I'm not sure.
Supposed to be
depending on the
4
rules.
matches.
I think it was
heard.
just I don't know if it was full 4 though for their demo or whatever. But yeah, he was building up a little wall right here.
I just love the idea of like more of the smaller details, really making this the next step in Battlefield. You know, they didn't do. It's like you always talk about, Joe's refinement. You know, making ammo limited now, so having to like consciously think about that. Being able to move fortifications and mobile artillery and build fortifications, having these.
If it was just my gameplay, it would be this. It would just be like behind cover, very cautiously, poop, poop, poop.
Having these resupply stations that are their own mini battles within the bigger battle is just so exciting.
I think I got knifed there. I was like, what the hell just happened? Did my neck get snapped?
Ghost right here.
Yeah.
Ski
That's just squad mate, yeah. Oh, I don't know if we have footage of it, but you could like bleed out, Huber. So you could be like get shot down, you're bleeding out, and you could spam a button to yell. So my guy was like yelling in German or something like that to help me.
Oh my gosh.
Were the medic time in this? So when you res someone as the medic, it takes like more time. Was it fast in 1? I can't remember. Or was it? I remember. Was it 4? You just do it like instantly, instant up. But this one, like, it takes like a few seconds, so you can't cheese it as much.
Yeah, everyone can revive, but the medic revives better, more efficiently.
Right.
Just all these tiny little changes that add up to a more, immersive. It's such it's such a buzzword.
Yeah.
But it is true. It really
Outstanding.
it really does.
Yeah.
Objective lost.
But yeah, it's a bummer that some of the their equipment, I don't know, is weird.
We did our best.
Because you like took down a tank. There's a lot of stuff in the building.
Yeah, we didn't get to see
You
like
took a lot of guys out in the buildings.
We didn't get to see the village really.
Man.
I'm ready.
But yeah, it was a good time, man.
Damiani did the Forza transfer?
Can you attack with the hammer?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I was
Couple more
like
minutes.
pushing
See that when that's complete.
the attack button, but it wasn't doing anything.
Oh, okay.
But I was really impressed. As someone who does not play this, I know I don't want to draw like comparisons to Battlefront, but I was just so impressed with the fidelity of Battlefront and like how you would just be so surprised by the craziest things, like a TIE fighter like lands like right in front of you, and so it's like so gratifying to like finally get in a tank and then be like wheeling it over and have this tank who just thinks he's the boss and just like haha, no one else in the tank, and just roll around. Like I can almost see him like pop up next to him, and not only jumping on your squad. And I don't think this is like new to Battlefield, but like not only jumping to the squad, but if they're in a vehicle, jumping right into the vehicle and right into a gunner position. And,
squad seems super important from when Brad was in there.
And just so enjoyable to lose at this game, if it must be.
Yeah,
if I come in and just get a raw deal of where I'm placed or what enemy, what weapon I'm using or what vehicle I'm near, I never was. I never rage quitted out of something. Like I was just like, wow, that was chaotic.
Unless there's a Operation Metro situation.
Oh my god!
Just
everyone at the choke point. Yeah. Oh my god! Yeah.
Which and that's what's kind of fun about events like this is like, and no one's played on this map before.
Yeah.
Nobody in this match right now has played on this map.
Yeah.
So we're all just kind of figuring it out in real time.
Every single change that they have made, I have said, cool.
Yeah.
This is like none of the changes have been like, oh, that's weird. I'm worried about that. Every single thing that they have added or tweaked, I feel like is for the better.
Yeah, if you're a Battlefield fan, you'll definitely like this.
Yes.
The shooting felt really good, actually, really tight. I was surprised. The sniping, don't have any footage of it, but it felt like unique and awesome. Like, I know you love Battlefield sniping. I know you love it.
Best sniping in any video game, period. I will put my stamp on that.
It's still really fun.
I will commit to that statement every day, all day. The best sniping is Battlefield. Having to like track moving targets, if you will, or factor in bullet drop, finding a position on the map and then knowing when to reposition is its own little game. I just love that stuff.
Yeah. That's Battlefield. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well done.
Yes. I can't wait to play this.
Mute me, Damiani.
Oh yeah. Let these guys get out of here.
We're not listening to this footage too, but it's the sound, man. Like hearing the
yeah.
sirens
Best in the
crashing
biz.
and
I
explosions.
actually don't know if you're 3 or 2 because there's 5 mics up there.
I'm 1, so mute me too.
Mute them all, just in case.
Love
for
you
second.
No, he's just
guys.
one.
Bye.
Just 1.
He's one.
Muted Huber.
Bye.
Test on this one.
And I believe 3 is Brad.
All right, I made it 1 and 3.
Cool.
Sweet. Where's the headphones? Put your.
No, you just put it in there for now.
Yeah, we'll get
I'll
these.
pick it up after.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Woo! I'll sort it out.
did it. We did it.
Yeah, so I've had a little whirlwind of a day, back and forth all around the convention center. Yeah.
Nice.
I had an appointment in the morning, and then I did the Xbox briefing, and then I went and grabbed my badge, and then I went to the Xbox showcase, is where I got to play some games. Is that still playing weird even when it's local?
Yep, it's transferred over.
Ah, crap.
Man, that's a bummer.
Does XSplit just not know what to do with 4K?
Oh, it's 4K video?
Probably.
Then yeah, XSplit can't run this.
That's
Has to
what
be-
chugging.
God, XSplit.
This has to be converted down to like 10.
Okay.
Well, I know.
I gotta
You
wait.
got to
Yeah,
downgrade.
that's not gonna work. Sorry.
But
That's like dying.
if you're just tuning in now, if you've been with us all day and we were just wrapping up our
We're
coverage,
wrapping up right now?
we have
Yeah, we gotta
Let
wrap
you
up.
guys do it. You guys are the parents.
go to your room.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here. All right, everyone. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow. Get hyped. Bye, guys.
These are our impressions. If you like our little conversation that we just had about Battlefield, we still have all of these press conferences to go to. We got press conferences tomorrow, another full day of that. Possibly the craziest stacked day of really pivotal press conferences.
Yeah.
And then Nintendo is just like they do, just eking in, making sure none of us get sleep on Monday nights.
They didn't used to be the only one, though.
What, on Tuesdays?
Oh, yeah. It used to be like Nintendo and PlayStation like right on top of each other.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Whoa! I always thought oh yeah, I guess the Sony last like 3 or 4 years. They're always like prime time. Crazy. The things you learn about E3. But yeah, there will be a definitive transition from when we are doing all of our press conference coverage to when we actually go to the show. I also went to an appointment this morning and played a very fun game that I'm very excited to talk about. So we will be rolling those out after we get done with Nintendo and once we get to the show. So of course, tune in tomorrow, Monday, for all of the crazy press conferences starting with Square Enix. But then Tuesday we'll be going over Nintendo, and then Tuesday night and Wednesday night and Thursday night, just speeding through all of the impressions and all the crazy
So
stuff
many.
that we're
That's why I
checking
was
out on
trying
the
to get
show.
some out of the way today.
When I saw,
There are
yeah,
like 80
some of the
appointments.
stuff that they got announced at the Xbox that I saw that were press conference that I saw were playable there at the event. Yeah, super jelly to go over there and check a lot of that stuff out. But is there anything, you haven't been here all day, is there anything else you just want to tell our lovely community that's given us so much support here today?
If you didn't see my Twitter feed, you know how like we were joking about last year how like PlayStation had like all these weird things for the crowd and all that stuff? Microsoft didn't do a lot of that, but for some reason, when they showed Forza and they were going through the seasons and they got to autumn,
They drop leaves on you.
they dropped leaves from the ceiling.
When Phil was talking later, like one leaf just like came in the bed. Like that's what you always learn. That's a classic theater lesson because those are in a crate somewhere, just hanging there, and then you rotate it. It's like the same with balloons. You just and then
Yep.
everything comes falling out of it, and it's all not going to fall. There's going to be one damn
Right.
leaf that's on the edge there, and then later in Act 2, when you're like, now it's summertime, some stupid
Right.
leaf is going to come down and land on somebody's head.
Exactly. Yeah, because we were seeing
Just for that one thing.
we were seeing bits of confetti every once in a while come down before that, from some other previous event.
They saw the hanging bodies from Days Gone last year, and they were like, you want real-time effects? We can do it. The power of 4K fake leaves. Oh boy. And I do want to say right now, I want to give a tip of my hat to Mr. Michael Damiani,
Yes.
who has been working harder than any of us today, who has been sitting in that chair, and then when we all got a nice cozy break when Game Explain came, he moved from that chair, sat in that chair, sat down with those fine gentlemen, talked about some of the stuff that they're anticipating that you can potentially see at Nintendo on Tuesday morning, and then got out of that chair, went back to that other chair, and has been just trying to keep up with all of our crazy analysis and all of our comments and stuff like that. No complaints, nothing but energy and passion from Mr. Michael Damiani. Thank you very much, sir. Giving the thumbs up from the other side of the screen.
Nice.
And it feels like so much of E3 has already happened, but like we're not even We're not even
Not
in
even
the
started.
heart of the storm now. We're not even actually at the show yet. We still have a lot more press conferences to do, a lot more coverage. So stay tuned. Come back tomorrow and check out more coverage from us, Easy Allies, here live on Twitch. And of course, if you haven't, you can see some of the impressions that we have already done from the press conferences on our YouTube channel. And of course, if you like what you see and you want to support us, and you don't have to, but we would love it if you did, patreon.com/easyallies. You can go not only learn a lot more about us, not only see some of the stuff that we have produced before E3 even started, but see our vast spread of rewards that you can get based on your involvement. Just $1 will get you some fun exclusive stuff. Some of that stuff which is coming up later
This
in
week
our
we're
E3
debuting
broadcast.
some exclusives, yeah.
It's been a heck of a day, and we got more heck of a days coming up. Thank you so much for joining us for our E3 coverage. Thank you, Blake, for coming back in and giving us some battlefields. But that just means that there's more exciting stuff. If you want to see that Forza footage not at 5 frames per second, stay tuned, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We love you.
Thank you for joining us for this year's E3 celebration. We're thrilled to bring you our reactions and analysis of all the big announcements, as well as impressions from as many games as we can get our hands on at the show. If this is your first time tuning in, Easy Allies is an independent group of experienced writers and producers covering games and having fun in a variety of ways. We make a range of reviews, previews, podcasts, shows, and other surprises that you can find either at youtube.com/easyallies or here on Twitch. You can also check easyallies.com to find our full schedule, current shows, reviews, and more. All of this is made possible through the support of fans just like you. If you enjoy this week's coverage or any of our other content, consider stopping by patreon.com/easyallies and becoming a monthly patron. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to exclusive videos, and there are a number of other rewards from early access to community interaction if you can give more. Whether you're able to support us financially or just want to hang out, thank you for being here with us for the most exciting week of the year.